everybody, it's Risley. We're playing Super Auto Pets. Let's give it a go. Okay. So same weekly as last time. And I feel like it's not too bad of a weekly. I mean, there's not a whole lot of summons, which... I say that. I mean, I did totally run kind of a summon squad last time with the Falcon, and the Falcon apparently is a major jam, so we'll definitely be respecting him a little bit harder in the near future. We can do Pillbugs. It's a very interesting buy sound. It kind of sounds like a tang of metal, which, I mean... In their dreams, maybe. In their dreams, there's some metal going on with that protective shell. While the otter just makes like a little baby squeaking sound. I mean, I guess if it's gonna happen. He is cute enough. He does have the mittens. He does have the adorable tail and the little, what kind of look like duck fin, honestly, feet. But, I mean, it's an art style. Certainly an art style. Do I want to save any of these guys for the next turn? I don't really think mice are necessarily worth saving. The apple is cool, but it's kind of just like a last scenario. A beetle is pretty good. But honestly, I feel pretty alright with most of the shop animals, such that I don't really feel the need to save any, I wouldn't say. Unless it's an ant, because the ant is a jam and I simply can't refuse. Today we're going to be some famous computers. Classic famous computers. The ones that master chess. The ones that can only be beaten by another computer in disguise as a human. The computer and TV from the Teletubbies that reveals all of the secrets. Very famous computer there. Obviously the TARDIS. Could you consider the TARDIS to be a computer? I mean, it's technological in some way. I guess maybe it's using time magic. Okay, theoretically that might not be a computer, but we like to put it up there just to dream about it, just to think. We'll take a pig and we'll take a moth because it's just so darn cute at this point in time that how could you possibly reject it? And who do we want to get the health? Good question. Answer? All of these units have really stinky health, such that I feel like it's kind of a waste to even attempt to give them anything, because, like, they're not gonna get there. And now it's the moth. Well, he's already in the right place, so I guess we're just gonna have to accept that as being what it is. Hey, little bird. Wow, your feet are a lot more little dingly. I think the feet were originally 2 little lines anyway, but something about the change in this art style makes him feel like his feet are even more just little, like, baby socks or something. So we have a little bit of punch. We've got a baby quantity of punch in the pig, and he can hit something, but the enemy is probably also going to have moths as well. What kind of hat is that? It looked like a rectangle with just a circle on top, but then like little slits in the sides, kind of like a fancy tissue box. Ew, double Pillbug. I didn't want these, but I have to take them now that you've given them to me. And scaling is something which I may desire, such that I would actually combine you guys and scale the moth, and the giraffe is more permanent than a pig and an otter, so I would say this is a decent setup. A raccoon is more permanent than any of y'all's, though, so... And we'll feed it a peach next turn. We're gonna give this raccoon a little bit of extra love, because is it late? Is it late joining the game? I mean, turn 3... It would be very severe of someone to say that turn 3 is too late for any specific object unless there's someone who you know is not going to go to the end of the game, which to be fair is most tier 1s, so... Oh, baboon, come on now. The enemy team has some sort of a scaling. He's a scaler, right? I feel like I've never really run a baboon before. End of turn, scaling, yes. At the end of turn, scaling happens. Oh, very simple. You can get out, and we're going to actually use the raccoon as our primary guy here. And I'm actually, yes, going to commit double peaches. I know it's a crazy scheme, I know it's out of your mind, but it was in mine, so I gotta go ahead and do that. Roll? Yes. I would like another otter. So much so that I will actually force it to become as is. I will literally force it to spawn in front of my house by rolling twice. If you think really hard, clap your hands a few times, and sprinkle some dust around, your dreams will always come true. That's what Disney taught me, and Disney is never wrong, is it? Disney is never wrong. Recently I've been hearing about that whole urban legend debacle with Disney, about the fact that some people seem to think that if you go to Disney World and you give birth to a baby while you're there, the baby, for some reason, would have, like, lifetime supply passes to be at Disney World. Which just sounds absolutely ridiculous, because why, in what world are those things related at all? No, I want a Pillbug, I want a level. But I hear tales that there's people actually out there, specifically going to Disney World while extremely pregnant, in hopes that they can have a Disney baby. And I feel like a lot of people are playing up the idea, right, that they specifically are going to give birth so that their kid gets a lifetime pass. However, I can definitely see a certain kind of Disney adult, you know, who might just like the idea of being able to say that their kid was born at Disney, whether or not it gets any, like, fancy perks about it. Yay! Oh my god, we have the bison! We have the bison setup! We also have, technically speaking, a level 2 moth. However, I don't know if I should commit, if only because we'd want to get rid of it eventually, such that is it a waste? Is it a waste to level it up now? Well, we'll have to see, because I'm doing it. And I would like to give garlic, and I would like to get my giraffe out there. Sadly, today is not the day. And you may say, should I move the giraffe to buff the bison? Because technically speaking, if the raccoon never levels, he could be out the window, but the bison is here to stay. And I would say yes, but the bison has his own scaling, and the raccoon's got nothing. So I like to spread out the level a little bit. Give a little help to the people who need a bit of extra help. Such as, you can have a garlic. Okay, so Pillbug can't leave. I was gonna say, it's fine for us to level up the moth, specifically because we have other things we can get rid of if we want to switch out for something cooler. And it's just dawned upon me that unless this moth gets to level 3, we can't get rid of the Pillbug. Which means we should stop wasting its buffs on you. Which means we shouldn't commit to the giraffe, because something has to go eventually. We can't stick with this team for the rest of time. I mean, you guys could have a fortune cookie. 50% chance to a double attack. Which really means that we should give this guy to someone who might live long enough, which would be you, but your whole point is supposed to be stealing, so I'm gonna roll. Gain 50% more trumpet? That would be cool if there were any. Which, technically speaking, okay, I lied. Last episode I said there were no trumpets to be had. There is. There are 8 trumpets to be had. Sadly, it comes after all of the other things that need trumpets, so you'd have to be hanging on to them for a hell of a long time for that to mean literally anything. 3 pets from the current tier. 4? That is 1 sad man, so no, he should not be getting that today. Nobody wants this, so I guess we're just gonna do a baby amount of scaling. Wow, I feel like I did basically nothing. Did I buy anything besides that peach, or did I just roll 15 times? I literally don't even remember. Which is how dissatisfying that shop really was to me. Ooh, big mouse. I can respect that. I specifically, well, we killed you very easy, so actually not super respectable. But I did see that mice were not something to go to the long run, so I can appreciate someone who makes it work. Or attempts to, at least. I would like some actual scaling food, please. A potato. I could see an argument. This is the thing, right? The raccoon steals food, so this is kind of an okay food to give him, if only because it does something before he uses his ability. So it's like, it's a food that does something, basically. Even if he does steal in the end. But it protects against snipers, and this is a really not sniper-heavy game. I mean, there's crocodiles, but he's not going to be the last unit at any point in time, because definitely I want him to, like, steal melons or something, if there are melons. Or lemons, I guess. So, this isn't really defending against a whole lot, and that makes it a lot less appealing to buy, which is tragic, because it's almost not appealing to buy ever. At all. So it's basically useless. Okay, somebody's getting this. I wasn't going to give this to you to begin with. That's going to give you a hell of a lot of attack. Man, you could kill, like, him plus the moth at double. If that thing actually triggers, part of me wants to give it to the moth, if only because it seems like a waste. Because that man is already getting so much attack. Oh, another new background. I can assume that this is a space, it's like a new planetary sort of system. But it also kind of looks like you could be just deeply underwater. There's particles and crap. Did stealing that garlic help? Was that garlic stealth helpful? Was that victorious? Was that like an amazing strat? We got a win for it, so I would like to say that it helped. I would like to say something happened there. Okay, you definitely get an upgrade, and you're out of here because the first instance of better scaler has arrived. And you're out again. Now, 6 health. Are either of you worth? Faint abilities? No. I understand the concept of a beluga whale, right? It's cool because you can eat something and then you can change what you eat, so it's kind of like an adaptive whale and it doesn't take up a spot in front, you know? But at the same time, for some reason my brain just says that I don't like it, so I guess I'm never going to take it again. And by again, I mean ever, because I don't know if I've ever taken it to begin with. You can hang out. And you're gonna hang out actually on the team until we buy something else. A fox! I didn't even realize you were here, my guy! Once again, we have minimal scaling foods though, so you're not that useful. And the falcon is good, but it's a little late if I do say so myself, so we're gonna roll with the current squad. The current squad, which, I don't know, I would like to think, I wouldn't like to think, I think, but I would like to think about it. The fact that I don't think we're doing great. They have an octopus and a 16 crocodile. Man, that's beefy. Not as beefy as I, but it is pretty beefy. At the very least, I stole that bee. If he had killed me, it wouldn't have mattered. Our squad's actually doing pretty well. It feels weird because we've got an entire empty spot doing nothing. You can have that. Can we just get one high tier? You know, it's because we're not leveling. That's why we can't find any cool units. You're kind of okay. Moving this guy to the back so that this guy can get up here, and then replace this. I mean, I like the raccoon in front, obviously, because they're likely to have their big guys up front with their special units, so I'd rather steal the enemy lemon at the beginning rather than after they've killed 3 of my units, and now, okay, now I'll take your lemon, you know? It feels kind of sad to put the bison so far back, because he's supposed to be my strongest guy. But he's in my weakest position. So I have this cow, but who am I gonna sell to get it? And also, is this dinosaur actually gonna do anything, given the fact that I have no source of scaling ready for it right now besides attack? But it doesn't want attack, it wants defense. Dang, I'm really lucky that they happen to put the weakest thing in the world up front right there. See, that was a good lemon steal. That was a good dog kill, and this badger can't do nothing because I have an extra moth in the butt. Silly man forgot my moth butt. You gotta pay attention to what's in the butt if you really want to succeed. Okay, snakes are in the image. That is what we want. I will take a cat, an octopus, a snake. I would take a lot of the tier 6. I think it's a pretty good weekly. I mean, that's a lot of tier 6. I don't really care about the moth leveling, but purely in the name of being able to kick the pill bug out, we'll do it. And honestly, that guy, I don't think he was a long-term solution to anything, so I am gonna eject him, even though he was like the highest tiered unit we had here. And easily replace him with a crocodile. It's a lot better, and honestly, you can also get killed by enemy crocodile. Alright, we've got the pivot. We have the pivot. Ideally, the pivot is somehow the next shop gives us 2 moths so that we can get rid of our pill bug and then buy both of these animals, but the actual sad truth is probably that we're gonna have to get rid of this crocodile, even though he is pretty litty. He is kind of a litty titty. Okay. Whoa, man. Am I not even level 2? Is my raccoon not leveled? He can't use this thing twice? Dang, he's got pretty good stats for literally not being leveled, I guess. What is this, 7 wins? Alright, so we've already succeeded in my books. In my books, victory is already in our grasps. I could literally ditch your scaling in exchange for just not having a level 3. I don't want to get rid of the moth. Okay, fine. We're actually going to do this. It's not necessarily optimal, but we are going to do it. And this guy is like not even using his ability, which is fine, I guess, at this point. Because honestly, we have no alternative, so it is what it is. Do we have chocolates? Yes? Okay, can I, like, just have some, though? Like, I know they exist, so if you could just take some out of your pocket. I don't even care if it's a little melty, I don't even care if it smells a little jank. A school! Alright, the enemy team is who's providing the chocolate. Obviously, these are middle schoolers who just hid like 15 chocolate bars in their backpack. That feeling when they do those fundraisers where you have to sell an entire box of chocolates and then you just eat half of it and then give half of it out to your friends and you come home and your mom's like, what the heck, now we have to buy that. And you're like, come on, mom. How about you learn to live a little bit? Popcorn is valid. Another sniper! My dude, I haven't seen a falcon in years. In years, I haven't seen a falcon. Okay. I stand corrected. Actually, there's a decent number of snipers. I just haven't seen a single squad run them very much. Which is very interesting. I would like to give you popcorn, but I would like to give you a pineapple more. Lemon? Octopus? What's better, snake or octopus? Deal 20% attack to one random enemy. Is that always what this guy did? Because my brain was saying he was amazing always, but did I just enable him one day? Because I don't remember that being the situation. 20% of damage. That's not very much at all. Is he even deserving of a lemon? I mean, you can have a lemon. Honestly, let's keep going. We're going to ignore the octopus for one single soul. I do like a tomato. So you get 2 more, and honestly, the tomato definitely replaces Pillbug McGee over here. Not him as a body, but his, like, actual tool. But technically speaking, this tomato is probably going to be more useful than he is as a body, so it's kind of like taking over him as a person. As a person, he's a lot less useful. Thank you for not dying. excuse you for actually dying then after that. Okay. So that's our first loss. Oh, I was gonna say in a darn while, but it was our actual first loss at all. Alright, we're gonna do one more. Even though we're already pretty far. An ant is beautiful, a pig is okay. A second pig, I would say, is also okay, but I guess because we have a previous pig, now we have an ant and two pigs. Classic combination. We're gonna be some warm-ish feet. Very interesting play on there. Instead of just being warm, we're warm-ish. Instead of just being like frigid cold feet, which I feel like I have constantly, I am the kind of person whose blood pressure, I guess, is super low all the time because my entire body is frozen. So maybe I never actually do have warm feet. Maybe that name is fitting. Okay, we're not going to do you again, Pillbug, although you were pretty radical. We are going to do a moth and a second moth, and get this, a peach. On the one unit who is not close to leveling. It could be a questionable decision, or it could be a genius decision. And I don't think we'll really be able to tell the difference at all, so you're just gonna have to trust me on the fact that it was amazing. And completely understandable that that was a draw. We have no health, so the chances of us actually getting more than one kill was extremely small. We're gonna do that a second time. Combine and otter. Do we have things that like an elephant? We do have a pufferfish. And if I hadn't rolled, we could actually have had a solid level 2 elephant already. And you know, at this point, let's do it. That's kind of different, kind of special. We can run pufferfish for the beginning, assuming we have any, because I didn't see a hawk until the very end of that last game, and it was a tier 4, so I definitely should have saw it at one point, but I didn't, so my luck is not great today. But if we do see a pufferfish, radical, and then near the end of the game, we can switch it out for a dino. Okay? I would say the jellyfish is what won that for them, but honestly speaking, they didn't even get to use it. That's cool. You're fine. Fine enough to take for a turn, if only because we're kind of close to leveling in a few different spots, so that's okay. Trust me, little elephant, I would love to give you a croissant. Look at our tiny hat! Is this the tiniest hat anyone has ever worn? I feel like I've seen this little Bonnabelle thing before, and it was not so small. Oh, and they're like in a science lab. Wow, that's a weird combination of extremely high-tech wallpaper and then like a brown leather suitcase or something. Okay, we have a level, which gives us a porcupine. While it would be really funny to put this behind the elephant, I would have to say I wouldn't recommend it. Give one friend from the current shop tier stats. 3? I don't care about the clownfish, so I'm not going to do that. And instead, I'm going to keep committing to a unit who could very possibly do nothing, ever. So he's kind of like my dump stat. In D&D, I'm dumping my stats over here in Elephant Man. It's actually the opposite of what that means. I believe a dump stat in D&D is something that you don't put anything in. It's just your cruddy thing. You're just extremely uncharismatic. Do I really want, like, a more ant stuff going on? I would like this guy. But who am I selling? Who am I selling to get it? Because this guy's kind of cool. I guess I sell a pig. He's, like, not doing anything, so I guess that's, like, a fair objective to make. You're out. We'll take a second ant, then, in that scenario. I would take a garlic if no one else suited my fancy, and no one does, so... Man, that elephant looks really done with it. He's probably upset because he doesn't have any friends, and his entire life is all about having friends. One specific friends. And by friend, I mostly just mean someone who he, like, bullies severely at school and kind of says that they're friends every time the teacher asks if anything's wrong, but actually he's, like, straight up horrible. Okay, once again, I say the fact they had a jellyfish is what lost us, even though they did not get to use it. A falcon. No, it's a knockout. Okay, I was like, how fun would it be if the falcon just had to get hit, and then I could just summon infinite things behind this elephant? All y'all are no, but more, hey, how about something to use that with? Could be amazing. Could be cool. That's technically a combination. And you know, at this point, I kind of just want the elephant to do literally anything, so I'm good with taking it. At least for this one turn. And that's going to give stats to all these units that are really weak and probably won't do much anyway. It's basically only helping, I guess, our ant. Oh, hey, no! Hey, that's cool. I didn't realize the armadillo could shoot his health veins forward as well. It's not just the guys behind it. Okay, he didn't personally get to do anything. We got through that guy. And we got through them all. Wow, I did not think we were gonna win. My confidence was at an all-time low, and now we have a level 3 elephant. Despite the fact that this is literally the only thing that we found that has anything to do with it. More elephants, god. This round really... I swear, whoa. It's too many. It's too many, good sir. Well... This might be like the strangest level 3 thing to pair a bison with, but I would say it's not too late. Okay, new question. Is he actually better than him? I would like to put a garlic. You know what? I think we're gonna commit. I literally never use an armadillo. Thus far in my Super Auto Pets career, the only thing I ever grab him for is basically for one turn or to get pilled. To get pilled, son. So I'll give him a hot chance. It's not like actually that good of a chance because he has no scaling, so he's dying on the second hit, and I have no source of scaling, so I don't know how that's coming in the future. But it's something. Hey man, that was way too strong. How about you take your fists and pull them back into your porcupine body and reevaluate your life decisions? How about that? So this isn't actually going to help anything because he's still going to get killed in the second turn unless we get in some health. Which is this, but scaling is more important. So sorry kid, you're coming next time. Because, okay, I know you were all talking about it behind my back, but behind my back and me behind your screens where I can't hear you, which is extremely rude. Stop talking. The moth, what is he doing here? What is the moth still doing on the squad? Well, he was here just to keep the octopus's space safe, which is a very valiant thing to be doing. Oh, please don't let me lose. No, how many hearts do I have? I'm ready for a pivot. No! My pivot was there. The octopus. I swear to God, if we had one more turn and I got that octopus out there, shit would have gone down. But that was fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!